Good morning, everyone. It's time for Nuclear Fallout because today is the premiere of Atomfall, and we'll be checking it out live on this very stream. But before then, we've got a loaded podcast because today, a Nintendo Direct hit. It's the final Nintendo Direct before the big Switch 2 announcements next week, and it was jam-packed with news. I've got 3 interesting stories, including Metroid Prime 4, Tomodachi Life 2, and a new virtual game card feature, all of which seem pretty interesting. And then if you didn't hear it, there's a big news story regarding Ubisoft this morning. They're selling off everything. I'm not kidding. So this is going to be a loaded show with lots to talk about, all right? Sit back and relax. Folks, it's time for a week-ending special edition of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo! Because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Oh!
Alrighty, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the show. It is the end of the week, and what a week it has been. Shorter week, especially because I had a night off last night. Well, a night off from streaming, not necessarily a night off from working, because my God, what a night it was. I had a splitting headache by the end of the night. And it is a shorter week. I'm not streaming tomorrow, but it's been a good one, right? We had a lot of stuff that happened this week. Today is Thursday, the 27th of March, 2025. A very exciting, eventful day around here because not only do we have a new game release, not only is tonight Smart Guys, my wrestling commentary show with my first of 3 guest hosts for the next 3 weeks, Ethan Ralph, appearing, but also today was full of game news to talk about on the show. As you can see, I'm raring to go to talk about all of these topics. I'm pretty excited. So I hope that you guys are too, and I hope that you've been enjoying everything going on this week. Wow. So, just think about what happened this week, right? Progress in Assassin's Creed Shadows and me deciding to drop the game because it sucks ass and is boring as shit. Continuing on with awesome playthroughs like Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii and Suikoden. That's right, it's pronounced Suikoden. I'm going to say it like that every time from now on. Some interesting and fun Call of Duty. And, of course, everything else. So it's been a good one. Next week will also be very good. Because next week we're going to have the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves final beta, which we're going to give one shot on Sunday. I'll be playing more Atomfall if it's good today. We'll be continuing on with Pirate Yakuza and Suikoden. I'm debating Lego Night, and the reason I say that is I would have to order the Lego right away, and maybe we should just give it one extra week, especially because the week after is my birthday. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But next week's going to be a good one, and it's a full week next week. I'm not missing any streams. It's going to be 6 straight days of streaming, okay? Good stuff. Anyway, let's get started, all right? Let's talk about yesterday and how it went down, because yesterday was an interesting day. First of all, on the Level 1 podcast, I covered 2 major topics. The first was that Fatal Fury City of the Wolves has Cristiano Ronaldo, I couldn't say his name, Cristiano Ronaldo as a guest character. Figure that one out. But also that the FGC actually agrees with me about Street Fighter 6 being boring, having no originality, and basically, because people spoil the game so quickly, it ends up not being very fun. And it was an interesting podcast, to say the least. I screwed up the highlight. What I mean by that is, number one, I did make a highlight regarding this whole FGC segment. But first off, I misspelled something in the thumbnail, which I didn't realize because I was trying to rush to get it done yesterday. And then on top of that, I scheduled it for the wrong time. I thought I had scheduled it for around like midnight when I usually schedule my highlights. No, I scheduled it for like 3 in the morning by accident. So the thing went like live way late. So I didn't really get many views overnight. But I certainly hope that you guys will give it a look if you haven't yet. It's a pretty good video because, people said, well, I don't get it. If you think that modern fighting games are boring, how would you fix it? And I did give a definitive answer. It's just that the modern gamers don't like the answer. All right. So anyway, check it out and hope you like the highlight. Okay. Now, after that, we played Suikoden for a good 3 hours, and it was a great stream where we headed into a new part of the game. We took on Tyr McDull's dad, I think Teo, and had a big epic showdown, and then crossed over this big bridge into an area where it's all tougher enemies, monsters, and it turns into like this whole, almost like very gothic horror Castlevania-esque part of the game, which is very different from the rest of the game that's been hyper realistic and almost like a civil war up to now. It's cool how it picks up and turns into something different. So it was a really great stream yesterday. And I'm so happy to say, I can't believe this, we hit the goal again for Suikoden. We've been hitting it every single time that I play Suikoden. I don't know how or why, but we've been hitting the actual support goal every single time. And it continues, all right? So FYI, we're at 76 out of 80 goals hit. When we hit 80 goals, it's going to be Chick-fil-A, the new smokehouse barbecue sandwich that they just added, plus they have these new dragon fruit drinks. And there's different versions. For example, there's one that it's just kind of like an icy drink where it's like a, I compare it to like a flavored tea or a flavored fruit juice in ice. But then there's versions where you can combine it with their already existing drinks. Like they have a pineapple shake and you can combine the dragon fruit with the pineapple shake, and people are saying that's probably pretty good. So it's going to be a double taste test. DSP tries at Chick-fil-A when we hit the goal. All right. Excellent. I'm excited for that. And then, of course, keep in mind, after that, the Minecraft meals are launching at McDonald's next week. And that's going to be the next DSP tries it. I know people want to see me do that. So hopefully that'll get some people excited to hit those goals. Okay. Cool. Now, that is excellent that we hit the goal yesterday because I didn't have a late stream. I spent 4 straight hours in this office finishing up my stuff for my taxes. Oh, my God. I got a big headache. And not only did I get a big headache doing it, a storm came through, okay? And it came through so hard that the power was flickering. And I was like, oh, crap. I'm nervous that the power is going to go out right in the middle of me scheduling time to do this because I really needed to get it done. The good news is I did get it done. But it was a lot of work. But hopefully now I'm done for the season. Now it's just on my tax guys to actually do all the filing and everything, but should be good. And hopefully I don't miss any more streams. I'll be here to stream for you guys throughout the spring without fail. All right. It was very annoying, but it's done now. 2 nights. 2 nights off. It was like 8+ hours of work. So cheers to that. Being done with that. It's always something I dread every year, but now it's done. Okay. So now today, I'm back full force for a final streaming day of the week. Being that there's 2 streams today, obviously I'm hoping we'll hit at least 2 goals to get to 78. Would have been great to hit 80 by the end of the week, but let's be honest. Number 1, I didn't stream last night. Number 2, it's a shorter week. Number 3, yeah, we had some slower streams earlier in the week where we didn't hit the goal. So it is what it is. Overall, I'm very pleased with how this week went. You guys have been amazing and supportive, and I really appreciate you. So thank you for supporting my content. Let's hit some goals today, all right, and get to that Chick-fil-A reward. It would be great if we could do it on like maybe Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, one of those days. Would be perfect, actually, okay? W. Koala says, let's do all 4 goals today. Well, yeah, sure, that'd be great, if I hit the lottery or something. I don't think we're going to be hitting 4 freaking support goals in one day unless we get some crazy takers, you know what I mean? So anyway, so let's get into it. Today, a great streaming day. First of all, after the show, it's going to be the premiere of Atom Fall. And I'm not exactly sure what to expect. Will Atom Fall be more like Fallout? Or will Atom Fall be more like Stalker? It's a good question, actually, because both of those are post-apocalyptic games, right? Set in an environment where there's some kind of radioactivity that has mutated the environment and caused all kinds of problems. And I don't know what it's going to be more like. If it's more like Fallout, where there's some narrative that's pretty interesting and dialogue trees, and it's not necessarily all about just survival, then maybe I'll like it. If it's more like Stalker, I'm going to be honest. If it's more like Stalker and it's just a bunch of survival techniques and tactics, I don't know if I'm going to like it that much. I just quit Stalker 2 like 2 months ago because it sucked. After having played it for so long, I just couldn't stand it, and I actually quit it. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens here. But, yeah, I'm excited to see Atom Fall. This is, again, one of the huge benefits of having Game Pass, is you get to try a variety of games without investment. You know, I'm just paying the Game Pass subscription fee. This strap is annoying me. The strap's been screwing up recently, getting looser. Anyway, you just pay the subscription fee, and you get access to all these games. You don't have to keep dropping money on them. Like, to be honest, if it wasn't on Game Pass, would I be playing Atom Fall? Don't know. Probably not. It's like $60. But because it's on Game Pass, give it a shot. Give it a try, right? And it's great that this is the case. So let's see today how Atom Fall does. If it does well, if it plays like Fallout, if it's interesting and fun, we'll keep it in the rotation. If we play it and it sucks ass, it's boring, then we don't have to play it again. But I'm curious to see what everyone thinks, including me. I mean, look, my whole set is based around nuclear Fallout today. We've got nuclear coloring. We got a, Fallout themed font. We got everything going crazy here for Atom Fall. So let's see how it goes. The daytime stream today. Okay. Now tonight on the late stream, we have some more suspenseful stuff going on, to say the least. Tonight is Smart Guys, my weekly wrestling commentary show. This week, SmackDown and Raw both were significantly interesting wrestling shows, each having multiple title matches, each announcing and leading into major plot lines that are going to head into WrestleMania next month. So they were great wrestling shows this week to begin with. But on top of that, this tonight's show is the beginning of 3 different guest hosts that are going to be coming by and hanging out with me and talking pro wrestling over the next several weeks. So tonight, the first guest host is Ethan Ralph, who's going to be coming by and talking pro wrestling. And I hope that you guys will join me for that. A lot of people think it's going to go poorly because I guess a lot of people don't have many good things to say about Ethan Ralph. Personally, I have little to no interaction with the man. All right. He offered to do the show, and I said, sure, let's get guest hosts in here. Let's see how it goes. All right. So for those interested, that starts around 7 p.m. Pacific time over on my DSP Reacts channel, which is at DSP Reacts on YouTube, or on my Kick channel, which is DSPGaming Real. I fully predict chaos to ensue, but not to have to do with us. Like, I think like the show is going to be fine, and we're going to do wrestling commentary. But I think what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to join the show with the intention of trying to derail it or troll. And just to make this perfectly clear, okay, very simply put, tonight, will there be contributions? Yes. Am I going to be reading out every contribution? Well, all the ones that are positive and have to do with wrestling and stuff. Anyone who comes to the show and is trying to flame this guy because he's my co-host and you don't like him, all I'm going to say is thanks for the contribution and move on. I'm not actually going to be reading out insults and shit. Some people seem to think that this is their opportunity to come by tonight. It's a shooting gallery, Ethan Ralph, and it's a time to attack the man. All I want to do is have a fun wrestling show. So, hey, come by and contribute. Go right ahead. But just know that if you come by and you're saying disgusting stuff about the guy, I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to say, hey, thanks for the contribution, and move on. Now, all the usual stuff's going to happen. For example, for every $100 raised, I'm going to open a pack of Topps 2025 Chrome trading cards and see who we get in there. All the usual, things will be a part of the show. But also, I'll have a co-host who we'll be talking wrestling with. Okay? So, who knows how it's going to go? I think it's going to go fine, to be honest. But you never know with these things. I hope you'll join me tonight for an unpredictable Smart Guys over on DSP React. By the way, rebranded a bit for this week. This last day or two, I spruced things up and I basically rebranded a couple things. So you may notice something new on the show tonight. Okay, so that's today. And then I am off from streaming both Friday and Saturday. And I know that's weird because usually I only have one day off a week, but this week I'm taking off two. It's necessary this week. I got stuff I got to do. But when I come back on Sunday, we go full-fledged into a new streaming week with the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves beta, part 2. The first beta was about a month ago, and it was fun, but it ran like crap online, leading a lot of people to say, man, I don't know if I'm going to buy this game because the online connection sucked. So they wanted to take a second shot at it, hopefully doing better this time so that people will be more convinced to buy the game. This time around, I'm not going to play it seriously. What I'd like to do with this beta is just try a couple different characters and see how they play. Like I'll maybe pick whoever's available, like maybe Terry, or I don't know who's going to be in it, but I want to try new characters rather than just pick my Shiranui and try to play like ultra hard. I just want it to be a more casual stream. So that should be fun. And then the late stream on Sunday, I'm going to continue on with my Disco Elysium playthrough, which I started last week during Indies Night, and it's a completely unique game. I'm excited for it, and I hope that you will join me for that as I continue on with this crazy narrative-based experience. Also, this week, we're going to have more Atomfall, more Pirate Yakuza. We're going to have more Suikoden. We're going to have all kinds of stuff going on this week. All right, so it's going to be an exciting week coming up of good variety of content, okay? All right, let's get stuff started. We got a shout out to do. Guys, please support the stream today. Let's hit goals. Let's hit the goal today on this first stream. Let's hit a goal on the late stream. Let's keep that momentum rolling in a positive direction. Notably, let's get one of each kind of contribution this morning. I'm going to be honest, it's been pretty rough this week in regards to Kick, and I'm not surprised. As you guys know, a lot of the Kick supporters were actually people who were fans of Kino Casino, and those fans are now leaving in droves because the casino basically snanked me, which everyone knew was going to happen to begin with. So it is what it is. I'm moving on positively. We got Kickbot in there helping out with commands and stuff, and hopefully you'll still stick around if you're a viewer on Kick. And for those who have, thank you. It would be great to get some Kick support today. So if you could, please support the stream in some way. Okay. This idiot. There we go. Notably, gifted subs would be great over on Kick. Like I said, we had only a few people who've actually even gifted subs this week, and it's the end of the streaming week. I'm looking far and wide, and I don't see Dr. Lexus here to gift another 44 subs to Felt Me. Oh man, he really felted me last week when he did that, but I don't see him anymore. So anyone who's over there enjoying the content, if you like the content, please consider becoming a sub, I should say, and gifting some subs to your fellow viewer. It helps out a lot, okay? But then, of course, we now have the ability for everyone to now use commands both on Kick and YouTube. So if you prefer to maybe do a tip, you could do that as well. All right. So thanks in advance to anyone who supports the content in any way. Super chats and memberships and gifted memberships on the YouTube side, subs and gifted subs on the Kick side, and tips, which anyone can now do by using the ! Tip command. Okay? Excellent. Very good. All right. First contribution of the day. A $2 tip. Why did you block Cristiano Ronaldo on Twitter? It's like I explained yesterday during that segment when we looked and we were like, why is he blocked? First of all, I guess it's X. We got to start calling it X because everyone keeps saying Twitter, but it's X, right? The problem with X now is that it gets a weird idea in its head and it won't unprogram itself. What do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, for some bizarre reason, X thinks you like football or soccer or whatever you call it. All of a sudden, your entire fucking thread, your whole feed will be bombarded with content regarding that subject matter, even if you don't care about it. And I've tried, for example, marking a post, see less of this. This is not relevant, trying to get it out of my feed. And quite frankly, it doesn't work. Whatever AI that they use to run this stupid algorithm over on X, it's not effective at all. It's very frustrating. And what happens is there'll be days when I'm trying to use X for work. I need to try to get information off of X for a news story or to see what's going on in the world. And I can't because it keeps bombarding me with bullshit. I particularly remember there was one time where I was trying to use it. It was just like sports ads constantly. And I believe that was the situation where Cristiano Ronaldo's official X account was posting advertisements. And I was like, fuck this. And I just blocked it. What I do now, if an ad pops up on X and I find it something intrusive, I just block the entire account. And I don't even give a shit what the account is. It could be a major corporation. It could be a major thing. I just block the fucking thing. I don't care. I don't need to see garbage ads on X. And the thing is, when I had X Premium or whatever you want to call it, I didn't have ads. And that was good. But then I said, I don't really need to pay for this anymore. I'm not really getting many benefits out of having the X Premium. The blue check mark doesn't mean anything. So I stopped paying for it, and all the ads came back in droves. So I just blocked the fuck out of all of it. So there you go. That's why. I guarantee you that's what it was, is that at one point, X is so dumb, it thought that I had like an affinity for football and started sending me 1,000 football-related stories and posts and ads. And I said, block, 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 fuck all that shit. Because I don't care about football. I'm never going to. I'm not going to miss out on anything by blocking those accounts. Like, oh no, I really missed out on Cristiano Ronaldo's posts. Oh no, it's earth-shattering and I'll never get over it, right? So there you go. That's why, okay? All right, so that's our first contribution of the day. Thank you for the first tip. Now, let's get our first super chat. Let's get our first member or gifted membership. And let's get our first sub or gifted sub. Okay? And once we get that momentum going, then things will pick up and you'll see. But it's all about the momentum. It's about getting a series of stuff. Like, for example, the first tip was $2. Who's going to tip more than $2 to become on the leaderboard? I mean, it could be $2.01 and you'll be on the leaderboard. All right, but let's get someone new up there. Let's get that momentum rolling, okay? All right, now, in the meantime, I have some news stories to cover. In fact, we have a lot of news stories to cover this morning. So let's get into them, shall we? There was a big Nintendo Direct this morning, and it was weird because there already is a Nintendo Direct next week on April 2nd. And that's the one everyone is hyped and excited for. That Nintendo Direct will be covering the announcement of the Switch 2, including the specs, the features, the pricing, the release date, the way that you can order it, etc. Like, all of that information is coming out next week on the 2nd. All right. So, in regards to that, when they announced there was going to be another Nintendo Direct this morning, out of nowhere, everyone was like, what the hell are they going to talk about? The Switch 2 thing's next week. But what it is they wanted to, I guess, get a whole bunch of news out there and make it its own deal before the Switch 2, because next week is going to be all about Switch 2. So what I'm expecting next week is we're going to learn about the new games coming out for it that are going to be console exclusives and all of that. It's going to be a pretty loaded presentation next week, okay? So there were tons of stories that came out of this Nintendo Direct. I would like to cover 3 specific stories that I found the most interesting, all right, in this Direct. There's many others, and hey, if there's other things you think I missed out on, I should know about, let me know. But let's talk. First off, we have a big update in regards to a game that we have heard was in development for years and years and years. And much like what happened with Elder Scrolls 6, they announced it, they showed some art for it, and then dead silence and crickets for years. And then every once in a while, you hear a little buzz. Like, what's that? What's doing it? Oh, they're still making it? Oh, okay. And then there's no information again. Finally, today, ladies and gentlemen, this morning, we got a definitive answer on a game that we've all been waiting for a very long time. That's right. What is that? Get that out of there. Metroid Prime 4. Finally, we got information. It's like, holy crap. They sure took their time with this one. But we've got it, all right? So what is the information? Well, harness Samus Aran's new psychic abilities to survive the mysterious planet of Euros and find a way home when Metroid Prime 4 Beyond comes to the Nintendo Switch in 2025. Did you hear what they just said? Comes to the Nintendo Switch. It's a regular Switch game. It's not a Switch 2 game. Now, will it have any advantage being played on the Switch 2? Because they did say Switch 2 is fully backwards compatible. You'll be able to play Switch games on Switch 2. But, yeah, it's like, don't know. All right, let's do it. Let's watch the Metroid Prime Beyond trailer together. I've not seen this. Is it silent? Where's the fucking audio? There is audio. Why don't I hear it? I don't hear anything. What is going on? Why can't I hear audio? No, I don't have headphones because this is coming out of my gaming PC. So I have no idea why I can't hear any audio right now. It should be coming out of my TV, and my TV is not muted, but I hear no audio. You guys can hear it, so it means the PC is working. So what's not working? Why the hell can't I hear it? It doesn't make sense. Let me try something else. All right, guys. There's no audio. We have a whole bunch of new stuff to do here. Let's head to Sunset Island. I guess we'll unlock this lighthouse first. I know you can hear audio. That means that the PC works. But what is going on between the connection of the PC to the TV that I'm not getting audio in the TV? It makes no sense at all. It makes zero sense. I have no idea. Restart the TV? You think that would, would that really fix anything? This is confusing. I can't really watch the trailer if I have no audio. I also can't play any games if I have no audio. So I don't know what's going on. Reinstall Sound Blaster Pro. Now that's some old school shit. Here, I'll turn the TV off and on. I don't think that's going to do anything. Honestly. No, the TV's not muted. Sometimes my TV does have tech issues, and if I unplug and replug it, it's fine. Maybe I just got to completely unplug and replug the TV back in. That could be. I think that's, yeah. I'm going to do that right now. I think that's what it is. Hold on. Okay, so the TV is fresh restarting right now from scratch. This is the first time this has ever happened with this TV. That fixed it. So it was some kind of a weird issue with the TV where it had to be unplugged and replugged in. I don't know. More tech bullshit. All right, we ready? So stupid. You tell me. All right. Let's do this. Metroid Prime 4 trailer. Here we go. Why is this on my face? Here we go.
This
Same familiar,
is
nice
the unknown
music.
planet Vuros. Here, Samus finds a verdant jungle with a colossal tree at its center. In order to survive and escape this planet that she was unexpectedly transported to, Samus must scan stone figures and other relics to carve a path forward.
Just like the previous games.
She's not alone, though. Abhorrent, alien creatures living in the jungle are waiting to strike.
Pretty much looks exactly the same, doesn't it?
As she explores the planet, Samus is granted mysterious and ancient powers. Psychic abilities.
Okay, this is new. Psychic abilities.
These powers allow Samus to operate mechanisms and to open doors. They also allow her to control the trajectory of her beams.
Oh,
with the
that's
power
cool.
Of her mind.
That's really cool, actually.
But why were these powers bestowed upon Samus?
Shadihara Theros Nantanaga Shakaran.
Wait, hold on. Once again, she's gonna end up at a planet and everyone's dead, and she's talking to holograms and ghosts again. This happens every game. Does she ever talk to anyone who's alive? Never. She's never found one single person alive anywhere. She's always talking to the remnants of a civilization or whatever. She's always there too late. Wow, they really didn't flip the script for this one at all.
And what will be her fate after being summoned to Vuros? The threads intertwining beyond space and time are beginning to weave a new tale.
And that's it. Coming 2025.
Ashadihara Intentina Karanshi.
A new upgrade. Look, overshoots all fancy. Look at that. So, to be honest, it doesn't look like they changed much at all. It looks almost exactly the same to the previous Metroid Prime games, doesn't it? It's got the auto lock on. It's got the dodging. It's got some new abilities, which is nice. I like that you can control the shots, but does it look good? Yeah. I mean, Metroid Prime is a great series. That's why people will be like, what took so long for this one? Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 came out relatively back-to-back, within a few years of each other. And then this one's been taking forever. So this is cool. And it is on Switch, but it's Switch 1. So just to forewarn everyone, yeah, this is going to be a game that's probably going to be held back by the hardware. You're probably not going to see any groundbreaking graphics or whatever because it's on the Switch 1, right? So It is what it is. But hey, at least it's coming out this year. That's excellent. I'm excited for that. I would hope to have a Switch 2 by the time it comes out, so that way I can play it on there rather than have to dust the dust off the Switch 1 in order to play this thing. But I guess we'll see. To me, that looks good, right? To me, that looks pretty good. Don't fix what's not broken, right? And the Metroid Prime formula has worked, and now we're craving another one. So I think that one's good. They're doing the right thing there, in my opinion. Okay. Looks good to me. Cool. So that was just one of multiple announcements. I got a couple other shout outs to do. Review Dropbox USA, $2 super chat says quality content, ladies and dents, where's level 666? So you're going to blame me because my TV had a tech malfunction? That I didn't make the TV. Go write a letter to Sony because it's a Sony TV. Go complain to Sony that the TV wouldn't work and I had to unplug and replug and restart it like a computer. But you're actually going to complain to the streamer because the TV had a malfunction. Like, seriously. Good on you. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I feel so felted because you said that on my stream. Really, you got me. Anyway, thanks. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Big Larry Gaming tipped $1.34 and says, actually, in regards to Metroid Prime 4, he says, I looked on the Nintendo site. They're actually saying that a lot of current and past games are going to have what's called a Switch 2 edition, which sounds like there would be some kind of a free upgraded version. All right. It's confirmed that some games are just going to run better on Switch 2, and I hope you have a good Thursday. God bless. Thank you to Big Larry Gaming. All right, well, that's good to know. Like I said, I would hope I can get a Switch 2 this year. Number one, to cover it, because how cool would it be with my new setup now, right, to be able to do a live unboxing of a console right here to show you what it looks like as I take it out up close, all the features and everything with my new dual cam setup. I think that would be pretty damn neat. And I think everyone would really like that. Okay, and then to hook it up and that day one vibe of getting a new console and having it showcase all its features and everything, right? And then, of course, trying all the launch games. I'd be very excited to do that. The question is, what will be the availability of the Switch 2? Will you actually be able to get it? Or is it going to be one of these situations where it's going to be nearly impossible? In the case of the Switch 1, you were able to actually get it. If you got in right away, you could order it. And I did. I got it from Best Buy. But the moment that first wave was sold out, you couldn't get it for like another 6 months. So what happened was my Switch bricked overnight, and then I didn't have a Switch for many months. There was no way to get one, which really sucked. Exactly. Scalpers are going to be going crazy, so we'll have to see what protections are in place here so the consumer can actually buy the dang thing. Obviously, I want it, and I'll get it, however, but I'm going to be honest, just like with PS5, I refuse to buy it from a scalper. So I'll try to get in and get the pre-order and get it legit, but if I can't get in on the legit orders, I'm not going to be buying it from a third party and paying double, triple. Fuck those people. They're the problem with the industry, and they can go to hell. I'm not going to support that practice. I'm not. I don't care if everyone else does it. I'm not going to do it. So I hope I can get in on it, on the first wave like I did with Switch 1, and hopefully it doesn't brick like Switch 1 did. Okay? Okay. All right. So moving on. Now, let's talk about the next story. This next one threw me for a loop. Okay? So, over a decade ago, when I first moved here to Washington State, I purchased a Nintendo 3DS XL with a capture device built into it, with the intention that I was going to be playing a lot of Nintendo 3DS games. Sadly, what ended up happening was, within just a couple years of me living here, they retired the 3DS for the Switch. So really, it was kind of a wasted investment. I didn't get to use it that much. But one of the games that I played back in the day was called Tomodachi Life. If you've never heard of it, I don't blame you. It really was kind of a rarity of a game. What it is a virtual island with people who live on it who have different quirky personalities and the like that perform different tasks and mini games. Now you might say, wait a minute, Animal Crossing? Kind of, but not really. It's more of a social aspect game where you log in once a day and then you interact with all of the different characters, and each one has a little bit of a weird quirk to it. And there's a lot of funny stuff and weird stuff as well. It's hard to explain if you haven't played it. I recommend you go check out someone's playthrough of it if you want to see what I mean. Check out 10 years ago on this channel, the Tomodachi Life series that I did. I had Ryan Reynolds, Miley Cyrus, and all kinds of weird characters in the gameplay, including me. I was on there too. All right. And they were all doing weird interactions and silly stuff with each other. So over 10 years later, they're actually making a freaking sequel. Sure. If you were to ask me what's the most unlikely game to get a sequel, I probably would have been like, yeah, Tomodachi Life, because it's been 10 years and no one talks about it anymore. But here we go. So it's a very brief teaser, but let's take a look. Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream. They farted. Did you see that? That was a fart. Came out of their butt.
How refreshing.
Very nice.
Hiya. Tomodachi Life, living the dream.
Did you want to talk?
Ah. Glad that was only a dream.
Yes, it's fucking weird as shit, but that's the point of the game. Like, I think that's actually the point of the game. It's supposed to be bizarre and weird and quirky. And if you set it up that way, it's funny. If you try to take it seriously, it's not a very good game. But if you're just there to kill time and mess around and do some silly things, sometimes the game will throw you for a loop. You'll be like, what just happened? It's kind of wild like that. So I think it'll be a quirky, interesting thing. And it comes out next year. I'd be interested in trying it. You know, I don't know how well it would do as an ongoing series. When I played Tomodachi Life a decade ago, it actually kind of worked and was fun. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. Okay? I'm just shocked that they made a sequel. Like, to be frank, I never would have expected in a million years they were going to make another one of those. And here we are a decade later, and it's finally coming out. So, a little different, though, because now it's on the Switch. So, it's console and handheld at the same time, while previously it was just on the 3DS. So, okay. Yeah, the original game was wild. The gameplay was interesting for sure, for those who haven't seen it. So, all right. Our third story of the day and our final story regarding Nintendo is actually regarding a new thing that they're going to do that seems pretty interesting, but I don't really understand it. So I think what I want to do is I want to explore it with you guys today. Today they announced virtual game cards. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it says right here on the Nintendo site, the virtual game card feature for Switch and Switch 2 adds some flexibility of physical game cards to your digital library. If you have two systems, you can digitally eject and load games from one to another, and you can lend games to members of your Nintendo account family setup. So basically, if you buy a game digitally and you have a family account or a family setup, because you could do that, you can actually have it like, you know, there's 3 people in the house that are all on the same family setup on your Switch. Basically, you can trade digital games. Okay, so here, see, there's a whole digital library now, virtual game cards, and you can load on a system or load on another system. move games between systems. If you have two different systems linked to the same Nintendo account, you can choose which system to play it on, just like with a physical game card. Simply eject a virtual game card from one system and load it on the other. Once a virtual game card is loaded onto a system, not only can you play it without an internet connection, but other user accounts on the system can play it too. You can also manage and load virtual game cards via your Nintendo account on the Nintendo website. So, interesting, for sure. Lend games to members of your Nintendo account family group. You can lend out the cards, connect your family group member's system via local wireless when you want to lend a game. Both systems must be connected to the internet. You can lend a game out for 14 days. After the game is returned, the borrower will still have their save data. They'll be able to start where they left off if they borrow it again. So I guess the catch here is, number one, you have to be in the same family group, all right, and on the same wireless. So it's not like you can share a game with someone who's your friend online across the country. They have to be on the same wireless network as you, all right? The other weird thing is that essentially what they're saying is that only one person can play the game at a time. So let's say, for example, you buy Breath of the Wild on the Switch and you want to lend it to someone else in the house. Well, only you or them can play it, as if you had a physical card that you were passing between the two of you. See what I mean? So you can't have two people playing the same game, which is kind of a weird letdown. If you want two people to play the same game at the same time, they both have to buy it. So it's kind of like game sharing, but it's not as good because for example, Xbox game sharing, you can both be playing the same game at the same time. In this case, you can't be. So it's good. It's a new feature. They have not had this before. Previously, the only way to do this would have a physical, cartridge, pass it around, in which case, of course, yes, only one person can play it at a time. So I guess it's something nice to have. Listen, something more is better than nothing, all right? It's not as good as what Xbox has, but at least it's something. And I could see for people who live in the same house, you have multiple Switches, you want to trade your games around and not have to buy the game 7 times, this kind of works. So there you go. It would be nice if there was better features, like if it actually was like the Xbox game sharing, but I guess Nintendo doesn't want that for whatever reason. I don't know. But hey, it's a positive move. It's a customer-friendly move. That's a good thing for them to do that. All right? So good stuff. Like I said, that's a good addition. People keep saying, is X down? I don't think so. Let's test. No. X is up for me. Yeah, X is up for me. I have no problems with X at all. Are some people not being able to see X? I'm good. Yeah, I can see X right now. Yeah, looks good to me. I don't know. X loads for me. Okay. Folks, we have one more big story to talk about today in regards to gaming. And this is one that's been coming, and we've already been talking about it leading up to this. But today, finally, the crap hit the fan for Ubisoft. All right? What have we been talking about recently with Ubisoft? That game after game has been a flop. It doesn't even matter what franchise anymore, whether it's Tom Clancy, whether it's Assassin's Creed, whether it's, a licensed IP like Star Wars. All of their games that they put all of their money and time and efforts into are flopping left and right. And it's for various different reasons, but I think essentially what's happened is with Ubisoft, we gotten to the point where all they really care about is pumping games out for money. So because of that, they're following all of these very bad practices, right? Let's just make a game that's quantity over quality. Let's make sure that it has things in it that benefit us, long-term games as a service stuff, rather than actually making a good game for the consumer. And when they're doing this, basically, people are now seeing right through it. And these games are just no longer selling the way they used to. They put so much into Star Wars Outlaws last year, and it flopped horribly. And now they're experiencing something very similar with Assassin's Creed Shadows, where they were expecting a monstrous blockbuster success, and instead they're getting about mid, meaning it's not flopping, but it's also not blowing up, and this is not what they were looking for. Okay? There's also been strong rumors recently that Ubisoft has been looking to package the company for a big sell-off, meaning the Guillemot family, Yves Guillemot, who's the CEO of the company, and his family, who has controlling interest in it, have been looking to pass off that responsibility to someone else. And a lot of people have been rumoring, we think they're going to try to sell entirely. We think they're probably going to try to sell the whole company. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is official this morning, a blockbuster, earth-shattering announcement in the gaming industry. As of this morning, Ubisoft has sold off most of its major gaming franchises by packaging them into a completely different subsidiary company, pushing them to the side, and giving a major controlling interest to Tencent, i.e. China. Here is the story. Ubisoft has officially sold its video game franchises and formed a new subsidiary, giving Tencent 25% ownership and royalties. So this guy has a snide remark. Ubisoft did so well with Assassin's Creed Shadows, they're forced to sell. The new subsidiary is already worth more than Ubisoft itself because Tencent invested so much money into it. I think it was like billions. This new subsidiary will own all the intellectual property of the video game IPs that Ubisoft formerly owned. Here it is. So, $4.3 billion subsidiary. All right? So, it's going to include the game franchises Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six, and more. Basically, all the video games are going to be part of this new subsidiary. It's not going to call itself Ubisoft anymore. And then Tencent is investing 1.16 billion euros into it to own a quarter of it. Okay? In exchange for a royalty, the new entity will hold licenses for the intellectual property of the games. So here we go. Ubisoft, established by the Guillemot family in France, has been actively seeking new investors for video game properties. The value of the new unit exceeds the current enterprise value of Ubisoft, indicating a significant milestone for the company. Yves Guillemot shared his enthusiasm about the development, stating, "Today, Ubisoft is opening a new chapter in history. This is a foundational step in changing Ubisoft's operating model that will enable us to be bold, both agile and ambitious. The new subsidiary will not only include teams working on the mentioned titles, but manage the back catalog and any forthcoming games under development. The strategic move by Ubisoft and Tencent's investment marks a significant moment in gaming history." Does it? Honestly, does it? What does this actually mean? Okay? Here's what it means. Ubisoft is throwing in the towel because they have no fucking idea how to make games anymore. The management is terrible. And they basically want to try to hand over the control and interest to somebody else because they don't know what they're doing. However, they don't want to stop making money. See? So they said, well, let's break it off and pretend like this is different. It's not. It's the same. Like, what's the difference? So now they're not going to be called Ubisoft anymore. And you gave a quarter control to Tencent, a Chinese gaming company, right? Okay. What does this mean? What's the difference? Right? There's nothing. Listen to him. Today, Ubisoft is opening a new chapter, a foundational step in changing your operating model. All you're doing is you're giving control of your games over to other people because you suck and you can't make good games anymore. That's the announcement. Why are you celebrating? You should be crying. You should be like, we tried hard to try to retain interest and control of our games, but we don't know what we're doing and we can't sell games anymore, so we're giving up. That should be the front page news. Why is this a celebration of positivity? It's not. It's called you suck ass. But again, this is what happens with money and these corporate bigwig idiots. Oh, there's money involved? Big success. No, there's not. This could actually be a huge problem. So now you're going to have other companies come in, right? And they're going to say, well, we have more money invested in this now. So we now are going to force certain changes, certain things, right? The culture may change at Ubisoft. Who knows? Will this be good for games? That remains to be seen. It could be good for games. It could mean that Ubisoft might actually start making good games again because there's another company that's there to crack the whip when they're sucking ass and doing dumb shit. Or it could mean nothing. You know, Tencent doesn't necessarily have the best track record either. It's not like Tencent is above reproach and above criticism, has been pumping out banger after banger. So, is it a moment in history? Sure, but is it a good one? Not necessarily. I just find it hilarious that Yves Guillemot is so out of touch. Again, corporate dude, doesn't even fucking understand games, and he's celebrating this. Oh, this is great. For who? The gamers don't know if they're going to get good games. Your employees probably have absolutely no idea what the hell is going on, or are afraid that they're about to get laid off or shifted around or changed in a reorg, right? Tencent is going to take some control. We don't know how they're going to dictate what happens with games. The only one celebrating is you because there's money, because you're a greedy fuck. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. What a fucking loser. I hate stories like this because this, oh yeah, this is a great moment. No, it's not. But we saw this coming. That's the thing. Like, with failure after failure after failure, we knew that this was coming, that change had to happen. You can't just continuously pump out fail. And every franchise, too, is like every single franchise they've been pumping out has been failing. It's pretty sad. You know, how have the mighty have fallen with what they're doing and running themselves into the ground? So we'll see what happens. What we need to actually hear now is, as a result of that, you know, what changes are going to happen? What games are going to come out of it? You know, they're claiming that they're, you know, oh, this will, you know, change everything. But how? How is this, you know, going to prove that you're going to make better games? Because that's all people want out of you right now is games that aren't crap and filler and just pumped out for profits. Okay. So, folks, that is what's going on right now in the realm of gaming. An interesting morning for news, that's for sure. Now, we got through all the news. So now what I'd like to do is open up the rest of the show, you know, the final half hour or so, to Q&A. And if anyone wants to talk about certain topics, please tag me in the chat. Maybe there's some things I missed out on that you'd like to talk about today that you think are notable. I'm going to do shout-outs for all contributions. Right now, we had the 2 tips and the 1 super chat, and that's it. Guys, let's get our first membership and our first sub right now on the podcast. All right, let's get that going. Let's get some support rolling for the premiere of Adam Fall, and let's get this goal hit so we can get closer to our Chick-fil-A reward. Okay? Let's do it. Okay. Avarice, how are you this morning? Good morning. Good to see you. Have I gone through Tencent's library? It's all pay-to-win mobile games. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, they don't have a great track record. So, that's what I mean. Like, just because they have influence over Ubisoft, like, oh, this is a great moment in history. It could be the end of your company. Just because you're greedy and there's money involved, you're excited, but it could be the end of everything that you've been working towards all of these years, all these tried and true franchises. Why are you celebrating? Because you made some money? So that's what it's all about for you. And that's true. For Yves Guillemot, this is probably the biggest day in his gaming history because he made money. That's all he cares about. He doesn't give a shit if he makes good games. He's a greedy fuck. Did we lock in which Minecraft Lego set to get? No, we didn't. Because if you guys don't know, 1 week from this coming Sunday is my birthday marathon on April 6th. And what we will do is we will decide what Minecraft Lego set to get over the course of the next week. We'll look at it on the podcast, and I'll probably order it and get it here so we can build that during the birthday event. But I consider another retrospective event. We've talked about that. I'm not against it. PUBG Mobile, Arena of Valor, Call of Duty Mobile, League of Legends, and Honor of Kings. PUBG Battlegrounds. They own 40% of Fortnite, if you didn't know. They own a stake in Roblox. Yeah. Nothing too crazy outside of that. They have their fingers in everything that makes money, basically. Luna, you have the right to enjoy Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's not for everyone, but if you like it, that's good on you then. What kind of cake am I having? I don't think I'm having a cake this year, honestly. Like this year on my birthday, I told my wife I'd like to have her make food, like actually have like food for the marathon that we can have rather than order out. Have a nice homemade meal, but we don't know what she's gonna make yet. Um, but honestly, I probably will just have food and forget the cake. I've had cake every year, but to be honest, I'm not a big sweets guy. I'm just not. So even when my wife makes the cake, I usually end up eating like 2-3 slices of it, and then I don't eat the rest of it, and then we have to get rid of it. So probably it just makes more sense to just have food that day. Honestly. Couple shout outs. First of all, we have Fighting GM with a $2 super chat. Says you have the same birthday as me, do I? April 6th? Well, congrats. We're April 6th co-birthday guys. Thank you for that. And then Alien Boy 13 with a $2 super chat asks, will you play Rita's Rewind in the future? Well, I didn't really play it for a couple of reasons. Reason number one is because I don't really think that my audience is so heavily into Power Rangers. I mean, Power Rangers isn't really prominent in the gaming landscape. So we don't really talk Power Rangers. I don't think anyone really is, into it around here. That's number one. And number two, I did play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which is basically the same style of game. I think the same company made it, right? And it didn't do so well. It did okay. Like I played it quickly and beat it within like a stream or two, but people didn't really give a crap. So I figured maybe the beat 'em up genre just isn't something that appeals to my audience, So I skipped it. I know it came out last year or whatever, so I never really focused on it. But I'm not against playing it, but maybe that's something to do during like a special event rather than just a playthrough. I don't know. No, I'm not playing First Berserker Kazam or Kazan, whatever the hell it's called, because it doesn't look that good to me. It looks like just another attempt to make a Soulsborne game because there's no other Soulsborne games coming out. It doesn't really blow me away or anything. Not too interested in it. So, no, I'm not going to play it. Did I ever play the Marvel beat 'em up in the arcade? There was more than one. There was an Avengers, and they would go, Avengers Assemble! And it was Iron Man, Captain America, Vision. I can't remember who the fourth. I think it was Hawkeye. I think it was Iron Man, Captain America, Vision, and Hawkeye. I played that one. And there was a Spider-Man game. And that one was Spider-Man, Punisher. Was it Black Cat? I think there was 4 characters in that one too. But yeah, I played all of those old school beat 'em ups back in the day. They were very popular. Soul Reaver, I've already answered this. No, I never played the Soul Reaver Legacy of Kain games or anything. I never played any of them. And I know that they had like a redone collection recently, but we skipped it. I wouldn't be against playing it in the future if people wanted it and we had time for it. Okay. We already talked about that SpongeBob Night Shift game. It's not official. It's kind of a bootleg game, and I don't really think I trust it, to be frank. And no, I'm not going to talk about Wings of Redemption. Why would I? He has nothing to do with me. Why would I talk about him? Right? He has nothing to do with me at all. I don't know why we talk about Wings of Redemption in my content. He's not here. I don't know how long Disco Elysium is. I don't know. Someone's asking how long would that game take? What's the next indie game? I don't know. You guys convinced me to play it, so I did. You guys really liked it when I played it, but that's it. I don't know anything else about. I don't know how long it is or anything. So the light theme for today is radioactive in honor of Atom Fall. Same thing with the text. Okay. Is it? See, I don't know. Dixie Rex says, don't compare Atomfall to Fallout. They're very different in gameplay style. All right, we'll see today. I don't know. I was wondering if it was going to be more like Stalker. And if it's like Stalker, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to like it because I don't really like the whole aspect of Stalker where you constantly got to eat food, drink, take off rads, heal, stop the bleeding, reload, fix your weapon. Dude, it's like, fuck, can I just play a game? Why I got to dick around with all those little menial tasks? It's so boring. It feels like you're always mashing a button to do something in that game, right? I guess we'll have to see. As we play, let's see what it is. John M did a $2 super chat. Do you like blondes or brunettes? Hair color doesn't matter. That's like one of the last things that should matter. Hair color. Seriously. Especially because everyone changes their hair color anyway. So it really doesn't matter. What's the weather like today? Sunny outside. It's not hot outside, but it's sunny. So sadly, that means that it's probably going to heat up in here over the course of the afternoon. It's going to be annoyingly hot, which sucks. I don't want it to be hot, but it looks like it might be. I'll just have to put up with it. I think right now it's only like 50. Let's look. Oh, it's 60. So again, whenever it's a certain temperature outside, but it's full sun, it means that in the office, it ends up being much warmer. Let me take a look, actually. Let me look outside. Cloudy, right? Okay, good. It's actually cloudy outside right now, so that's good. That means that the office probably won't warm up. So that's good. Disco is a 20 to 30 hour long game. Wow. That's pretty dang long for a game like this. So I don't know. I mean, my indie nights are like 2-hour segments. I mean, do you really want to be playing this for the next, 2.5 months? Maybe if people really like it, we could put it into the rotation as more of a major playthrough rather than an indie night game. We'll play it more than once a week. No, we don't have central air. I have a window air conditioners, the ones that freestand and you put the duct into the window. But it's only March. I'm not installing air conditioners in my house yet. This room is the only room that heats up, for the record. Like, this is the only one right now that gets warm. The whole rest of the house is very cool. So I might eventually, like in April, if we have hotter days again, I might have to actually install the air conditioner just in this room. I do turn off all the electronics overnight. The only electronic that's usually on overnight is just the streaming and gaming PC, or the streaming and capture PC, because it has to upload. So that's the only thing. Everything else I turn off. No lie, I turn off the gaming PC, I turn off the TV, I turn off all the lights, I turn off all the peripherals. I close the laptops off, monitors are off. Everything in this room is off except that PC because that one has to stay on to upload. That's it. What's up, Game Boy? How are you today? Good to see you. No, I turn off the RGBs as well. I don't leave the RGB lights on when no one's in here. That'd be pretty stupid. What kind of background will I have for April? I'm going to change various things. For example, the animations here will be different. You saw there's like St. Patty Day stuff. Well, that's going to be gone. I might do more theme towards my birthday and spring. So maybe some birthday stuff and spring animations in there along with gaming animations and stuff. Do a little mix, probably. Tell you why Scott Steiner is the GOAT? I don't know. Because he cares about two things, his freaks and his peaks? I don't know. Because a siren goes off whenever he walks in the room? Because of the way he does math is very entertaining? I don't even know when Easter is. When is Easter this year? Someone said, are you going to do anything for Easter? I don't even know when Easter is. I have no clue. Let's see. It's different every year. Some years it's in March, some years it's in April. Let's see. It is, wow, it's the end of April. No, I didn't even know. 420. It's 420. Easter's on 420. Oh boy. John did a $2 super chat asking, what's my next home improvement that I'm going to do? Well, we had done a bunch. Remember, we had done all kinds of stuff. We kind of redone our bathroom with new shower head, new shower curtain, ripped all the stuff off the walls, put up whole new shelving, decorations, and things. So one bathroom kind of feels totally refreshed and new. We bought a new washer dryer because our washer dryer was wearing out after a decade and having tons of issues. And we've done other various odds and ends around the house and things. Honestly, at this point, anything else that we want to do is probably too large scale. Like, to be honest, our master bathroom is all messed up. The shower we don't use, the toilet we don't use, they're all broken. Okay? That needs to be gutted and redone. We don't have money for that. Okay? Our kitchen is starting to fall apart. Literally, the drawers and shit are all crappy quality, low end, and starting to actually wear out and fall apart. We got handles coming off. We got drawers coming out. It's messed up. And we want to redo the kitchen, but we can't afford that. You know, there's a difference between doing an appliance upgrade for a few $1,000s versus actually like major renovations of the house. So the only thing we can do for renovating, we want to wait and hope that the economy will turn around in the next few years. Now, we had a flipping government, right? Interest rates are starting to go down, and we're hoping that within the next, say, 3+ years, things will get better and better. And hopefully, at some point, I'll be able to do something with the equity in my home because I have a ton of equity in my house, and I've never been able to touch it because I have a really low mortgage rate from 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and I don't want to touch it and screw things up and massively increase my payments. That'd be pretty dumb. But I have a ridiculous amount of equity in the house that I could use to renovate the house and fix stuff and improve stuff. I would love to fix that bathroom. I would love to redo the kitchen. Those are projects that we've wanted to do for a while, but we just can't afford them. So we're hoping that things will continue in the right direction economy-wise, and that hopefully within a few years, things will get better, and then we'll be able to actually use that equity to do things. But as of now, we're kind of stuck. To do anything with the equity in my home would be insanely stupid. With interest rates as high as they are, it would destroy me financially. Like, why would I want to take a mortgage that's way low percentage rate? I want to say my mortgage is like around like 4 to 5%. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's around there. Why would I refinance now at like 8, 9% and pay double? I'd be a moron, So that's why I'm just waiting. Yes, interest rates are going to fall. That's bullshit. They are going to fall. It's just not going to be an overnight thing. All right, I've had enough of these people spamming, so I'm just going to remove them so we don't have to look at their nonsense, right? Okay. I received a 420 tip. From a name I'm not going to say, saying to show us your toilet. No, I'm not going to show you guys my toilet. That's stupid. Why would I show you the toilet? What a dumb thing to say. Yes, let me just open my bathroom and show you everything in there. No. How about this? No. And since your name is dumb, you're anonymous. How about that? Come up with a better name. Okay. I get likely what'll happen because I'm thinking like what to do. Because if I do a full refinance of my mortgage, I'll screw myself on the interest rate. So I might have to wait for interest rates to drop, and then instead of doing that, do something different, like a home equity, loan or something like that. At least with lower interest, But if I do it now, I'd be shooting myself in the foot. I'd be a really stupid move. That's why I'm not doing it. My shirt is dark blue, very dark blue. It's hard to tell. There you go. Now you can see. It's hard to tell when I'm sitting back, but if I put it up to the camera, you can see it's dark blue shirt. Oh, let's see here. I received a $5 tip. So, from Jason, he says, I just want to thank you for at least trying Assassin's Creed Shadows on the PS5 Pro. Even though it was only for a short time. I was hoping that you would play more of it, but I totally understand. I watched and enjoyed all your previous Assassin's Creed playthroughs, but Adam Fall hype, I hope the game is good. Yeah, here's the thing. I think we all went into Assassin's Creed Shadows with these very tempered expectations because Ubisoft has not been putting out good games recently. Just to be honest, they have not been. It's been ridiculous how bad the games are that they're putting out, which is why today they essentially sold off everything, right? All the information we saw about it and everything didn't look that good. It looked like it was more the same and protagonists that were stupid. It just didn't make sense, right? So I went into it with an open mind. And at first I thought maybe it would be good. And then after, that last segment, I was like, I can't play this anymore. When I'm playing the game, I'm literally falling asleep because it's the same repetitive shit. And you're in the first area of the game. I challenge you to play Assassin's Creed 2, 3, 4, Syndicate. Like, I'm naming the good ones, right? You tell me in the first few hours of those games that you're bored. You'd be fucking lying. There's interesting stuff happening at all moments. In that game, after the intro segment of a couple of hours, you're literally in an open world just doing boring shit. What the fuck did they think they were doing? They're so dumb. How do you not put interesting content at the beginning of your game? Why would you actually put a huge, grindy, boring segment in the first chapter of the fucking game? It doesn't make any sense. Like, they completely lost their way as game devs. What is the purpose of a video game? Is it to create an artistic work that's entertaining and fun for the gamer, or is it to make money? They actually think the purpose of making the game is just to print money. So they just pump out a formulaic, boring mess. It really is, right, Ubislop. It is. It's become Ubislop. It's sad. I like Assassin's Creed. I even said in my review of why I quit the game that I have played every major Assassin's Creed game that has ever fucking existed since I've been a YouTuber, starting with Assassin's Creed 2 and all the way through all of them. And the fact that they screwed this one up so bad and don't understand that they did. That's the other thing. No self-awareness, because if they had any, they would have known that game was terrible. They would have just known that they weren't fucking doing anything that the gamers wanted. But I think what's happened is in the last decade, we've had so many games that have been like this, that are quantity over quality, that now gamers are starting to think that's what gaming is. So you have people who come out and say, oh yeah, this is the best one. Are you fucking insane? Is the purpose of gaming to you to literally just sit back and have a controller and just do repetitive actions all day? Duh, duh, duh. Because that's what these games are. There's nothing memorable. There's nothing of note. There's no entertainment value. It's just duh, duh, duh. I'm doing something. Duh, duh, duh. No, I want to have something that's worth my time. Why is it that 15 years ago when I started on YouTube, it was like memorable moment after memorable moment? You had franchises like Mass Effect and BioShock, right? The older Call of Duty, Modern Warfares, the originals. These were like crazy notable games that blew your mind when you played them. You're like, holy shit, what a memorable, awesome experience. Today, it's like, why am I playing 9 hours and nothing has happened of note yet? What the fuck? When do I get the payoff? Why am I even playing? I really do feel like we have a whole generation of gamers who haven't played anything good, so they actually don't know that a game like Assassin's Creed Shadows actually sucks. They can't get it because they haven't played anything better. They've just played shitty game after shitty game. So I tried. Really, I tried. I wanted to like AC Shadows. I gave it an honest shot. Man, that game stinks. It's a shame. Again, I've played every major Assassin's Creed, and the fact that that one bored the shit out of me within 10 hours is just sad, man. Sad stuff. Okay. I received a $1.11 tip. My shirt is dark blue side fill. Okay, thank you. I received a $10 super chat from Kruger. Thank you, Kruger. That's a nice, generous one. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Up to 33 bucks and climbing. Kruger says, I couldn't believe how slow and clunky the intro was. 5-minute cutscene, right into a 3-minute fight, then back to a cutscene, to flashbacks within flashbacks. I was completely disengaged by the time that it was free roam. Yeah, and then it goes free roam, and it's boring. The first thing that I ran into when I was free roam, it was so funny. Free roam, we get to do stuff. Oh, look, do some hand symbols. Oh, wait, we're in a flashback segment. But what? And then when you actually got, what is the free roam content? Oh, base takeovers. Oh, yay. Base takeovers. Those are my favorite things in gaming. You know, the generic areas that have no significance on the game at all, but they're there just to kill time. And you have to kill repetitive enemies and certain ones so that you can unlock an area and get a reward. Again, who is in charge of these projects and is like, this is fun? They have like no concept of fun. Did they actually ask a single actual consumer or gamer, do you find this fun? Or did they just say, here's the formula we use every game. Copy, paste, then a little bit of a new story here. Oh, it's a new location, so have some Japanese scenery here. Copy, paste. No effort. Yikes. John did a $2 super chat. He says, interview a female co-host for your wrestling show. I have 3 completely different styles of co-hosts coming up for the next 3 weeks. After that, it's WrestleMania. After that, we will reassess and see if I want to continue doing Smart Guys past WrestleMania, dependent on engagement, interest, attendance, support, my levels of entertainment. Like, am I still having a good time with it? Because when I started Smart Guys back in January, my whole intention was to cover it from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. Like, that was the idea I had in my head. That was the season I wanted to cover. And then after that, I wanted to reassess and see what would happen. All right. So let's see how the next 3 weeks go. And then we'll do a WrestleMania coverage. And then after that, I guess we'll see and go from there. That's really all I have to say about it. I'm undecided. If these next 3 weeks go well and people are showing up and engaging and supporting and everything's going good, obviously that's going to incentivize me to want to continue to do the show past WrestleMania. But if I see dwindling interest, declining rewards and engagement and everything, then I'm probably not going to want to keep going. And I'll say, well, it was a good experiment to bring it back for a while. Maybe every once in a while, something does happen interesting in pro wrestling, I'll bring it back, but maybe I won't, we'll see. I have no idea how I'm covering WrestleMania yet. Because I don't even know how they're going to do it in regards to it's probably going to be all weekend, right? Like they do it all day Saturday and Sunday. It's like a really long event. So I don't even know if I want to do like a WrestleMania special where maybe that Monday I have like a super show that Monday that covers everything that happened at WrestleMania Saturday, Sunday. I don't know if I want to have guests on. I have no clue how to cover WrestleMania at this point. Let's just ride this throughout the next 3 weeks and see how it goes building up to WrestleMania. Okay. Okay. Anything else, guys? Well, thank you for the early support. Let's keep that momentum going. All right. We're heading to the new game in a moment, but let's keep that moving and let's definitely hit the goal for a brand new release stream. All right. Let's keep the momentum going towards Chick-fil-A. Let's get to 77 on this stream. All right. I'm not even sure I know how to do multiple people on a call in Discord. I haven't done that yet, right? I've only done one person direct. I don't know how to get like more than one person into a call on Discord. I have to figure that out. I don't know how hard it is. It's probably easy to do, right? I would assume they probably set it up pretty easy. Because some people are saying, why not do an ultra super show for WrestleMania where all the hosts are on at once? I mean, try to do that, but I don't know how that's going to work. WrestleMania is Easter weekend. Oh, okay. So it's a month from, well, less than a month from now. Hmm. Would I consider doing like a chocolate Easter egg for DSP Tries It? Easter eggs in the UK and Europe are different than those in the United States. I don't know. I didn't even think about that. Like, do an Easter treat DSP Tries It around Easter? Maybe we'll have to look at maybe Easter week. We'll do something like that. No, the co-hosts have not been announced. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I've literally not told anyone who the co-hosts are. The only one that's known is Ethan Ralph. So this guy in chat who thinks he knows what he's talking about has no idea what he's talking about. Review Drop Box USA, thanks for a $2 super chat. I'm not reading your message because it's disgusting, but I appreciate the support. Thanks. Yes, you do have bad info. Like I said, I have not told anyone who the hosts are at all. Literally no one. Like no one actually knows who the hosts are at all. So there's no way anyone could know. There's been zero leaks. So yeah, I haven't even had a discussion with anyone about it. So there's no way anyone could possibly know. No one, guys, no one knows the host. It doesn't matter what idiots said on other shows. They're wrong. I'm telling you. Cadbury egg, which filling is best, chocolate caramel or original? The original. Even though it's really weird, sweet filling, like pure sugar, it looks like an egg yolk, but it's not. That's still the best filling. To this day, I mean, I wouldn't eat a Cadbury cream egg probably ever again in my life. I doubt it. But man, those were good when I was a kid. Oh, you guys are so fucking stupid. I love how dumb people are. They insist that they know who the guest hosts are. You have no idea who the guest hosts are. You are so dumb. You're such gullible simps. These people in the kick chat specifically, they're gullible simps. They simp out for fucking Kino Casino and they believe every word they say is fact, even though those guys don't know diddly shit about anything. They just make it all up. You guys are so pathetic. I received a generous $10 tip from Jason. I'm excited for your take on Pokemon Legends ZNA. Did you see the new trailers on it? I enjoyed your Pokemon playthroughs. I tried the new Chick-fil-A items. I actually like the new dragon fruit drink. You can get it as a lemonade. The new chicken sandwich was okay. I keep hearing things about the new Pokemon game. For some bizarre reason, I've never gotten around to just watching the trailer. I probably should. It's kind of like I feel like once you know Pokemon, you kind of know Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like this one will be a little bit more action based, like the open world one was a few years ago. What was the open world one called that we played? I'm trying to remember what it was called. Arceus, Legends Arceus or whatever. I think it's supposed to be more like that, which I'm fine with. I actually liked the formula. I just felt like the game needed a lot more polish. If you remember when I reviewed it, I said the game is fine, but it's a good first attempt. If they actually make like a full-fledged new Pokemon game with this, in it like this, I think it'll be good. And I think that's what this one is, right? What is ZA or whatever? Um, but I literally have not watched the trailer. Maybe I need to get around to it. Thank you for the tip, Jason. When is it coming out? Does it have a release date yet? Pokemon ZA? Because I am gonna play it. Someone presented an interesting take. All right. So when I've played these games, number one, people who have contributed actually got to name the Pokemon, and that's actually worked. People have liked that, being able to name the Pokemon. But another thing people said was, since you're doing card pack openings, would you consider actually getting some Pokemon cards? And if you hit a certain level of support, opening Pokemon cards on a Pokemon stream. And I thought about it, I was like, that might work fine, but I don't know about the availability and rarity of Pokemon cards. I know nothing of Pokemon cards at all. Like I'm a complete Pokemon card newbie. So I don't know if you can actually like buy a box or a booster box or a collector's box. I don't know how they work. I don't know how rare they are. I don't know how expensive they are. But if people really liked Pokemon and wanted that as part of the streams and would support it, I would be down for something like that. We have the means to do it now. They are expensive. I figured they would be because they're like one of the classic collector's things when it comes to cards, right? It's Suikoden. That's what I said. It's Suikoden. Suikoden. It's 4 symbols. Suikoden. There you go. I received a 250 tip. I'm not reading that at all. Thanks for the 250 tip. Absolutely not. Absolutely disgusting, revolting. All right. Turtle Dude, 36 months as a member. You've hit your 3-year anniversary, earning yourself the Diamond Crown, Turtle Dude. Congratulations on the Diamond Crown. He says, if Oblivion Remake Shadow drops, will you play it? The thing is, I just played Oblivion. I just played it, 2 years ago? I played Oblivion, then last year I played Fallout 4. I usually play one Bethesda game a year, but I just played it. So even though it might be great, do you really want to see me replay the game I just played? I don't think so. All right. Thank you guys. Anything else? Any other topics? You guys are hitting me with a ton of topics right now, like turbo speed round. I'm enjoying it though. What else is on your mind? I should try building a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, says Archmage. Oh, I don't know. See, there's a difference between collecting and unboxing, unpacking, and building. Deck building, I don't even understand these things, the rule. Like, how am I gonna play? I don't know how to play Pokemon. I don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know about deck building. No. If there's like for smart guys, it makes sense. Unbox the WWE cards that tie in with the product that we're reviewing. If I'm playing Pokemon, it makes sense to unbox and collect some Pokemon cards. But I don't want to build Yu-Gi-Oh decks. I'm not playing Yu-Gi-Oh games or anything. Yeah, some people might have their 4-year crowns next month, and I believe the 4-year crown on YouTube is brand new. I think it's emerald. Let me take a quick look. I'm pretty sure it's an emerald crown. I think it would be under here. And yes, the 4-year crown, 48 months, is an emerald crown. It's actually, in my opinion, the best of all the crowns. So for 4 years of being a member on YouTube, you will earn an emerald crown. And it looks really, really good. So yeah, some of you have that to look forward to next month, I believe. We're about to hit April, so I think it's early May when some people will actually earn those crowns. X Shooter, thank you for 34 months of support. You're only 2 months away from a diamond crown. There you go. No, it's not hot in here right now because the sun went away. If the sun was out, this room would heat up, but the sun went away, so it's actually nice in here. All right, that's it. Who's going to be the first person to get the sub right now? Seriously. What is going on the kick side? You guys are there every day. I got anywhere between 60 to 80 viewers on my kick stream every single day. Where's the damn support? The king demands a sub right now. Right now. Who's going to do it? Drop a sub immediately. This I command. I command it. How dare you? I just got a $1.30 tip. And again, it's about stuff I'm not going to talk about on the stream. This guy is pretty dense, I guess. What's up, Inded? How are you today? Good to see you. So we have hit 50 bucks. Good. We're a third of the way to our goal. Excellent. Thank you guys for that. For getting me a third of the way to the goal. I appreciate that very much. Did I ever catch every Pokemon in a Pokemon game? I don't remember. Did I? I'm pretty sure in one of them I did. Was it Shield? Sword of Shield? And I had Sword and I did it? I can't remember though, but I might have. We're playing Itemfall on PC. Cyberel. PC Game Pass. Okay. All right, is that it, guys? Are we wrapping up now? Or anything left? Because you guys keep hitting me with these questions. I want to get them out of the way. We take a break, and then we're going to start with Itemfall. All right? So we got over 80 viewers over on Kick, and not a single person could even drop a sub. That's pretty pathetic, to be honest. I'm just being honest. My YouTube viewers are very, very generous. They support me with super chats and tips. And then over there on Kick, we're getting nothing. Zero. Again, I hate to say it. I think what's happened is it's the people who are watching me on Kick, not all of them, okay? But most of them, I'd argue 75%, these are casino holdouts. These are guys who are only watching me ever because Kino Casino. And now, sadly, they're just here to just kind of be, prod and poke a little bit every day. It's sad. I wish that wasn't the case. But, I'm trying my best here to maintain 2 streams. And I really wish that there were people who were more positive over there, but every day you notice they're the ones who are making the jokes. They're the ones who are being, oh no, this guy got banned or whatever. Yeah, because he's an asshole. Because he's an asshole. That's why they're banned. I'm not just banning people willy-nilly because they're saying dumb shit. Hello Voltage, $5 super chat. Thank you, Hello Voltage. Says they call him the champ from the bottom of my heart. I don't know what that means, but thank you, Hello Voltage. I don't know what that's getting at. That's a reference to something. Thank you so much. No new members, just some member messages, people, celebrating their milestones. We actually got a sub, Kick and Natty, with a gifted sub over on Kick. Thank you. Finally, a Kick contribution. I appreciate that. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I find it sad that people can't separate what they like. Like, for example, obviously right now you're not going to see any more collaborations or positive interactions between me and Kino Casino. I think that's pretty clear. That doesn't mean you can't like both. That doesn't mean if you like their content, you could like it and support it. And if you like my content, you like it and support it. Doesn't mean that at all. You don't have to choose. No one's saying to you, hey, you have to make a choice, man, because you can't like two different things. That's ridiculous. In my opinion, you can't. And I think that I wish that more people would be of that opinion, but it seems like people are all or nothing, black and white thought process. As I've gotten older, I've realized that's just not the case for me, right? Like, for example, today I'm having Ethan Ralph, of all people, on Smart Guys. And you might say, why is he doing that? Why is Phil having this man on the show that so many people talk shit about on the internet? They say he's a heinous guy. And this guy outright insulted Phil months prior. Okay. And you might say, well, Phil's doing it because he's just taking a jab at the casino. No, I'm not. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I'm not the kind of person that believes that world is black and white, that everything is good or bad, evil or completely clean. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that at all. I believe that everyone's different, that people go through different situations in life, and I'm willing to give anyone a shot. Ethan Ralph actually likes wrestling. He's a lifelong fan of wrestling. He knows a lot about it. He might actually be able to add something significant to the show. Maybe he can't. I don't know, but I'm willing to try. Yeah, he talked shit about me months ago. I don't really care. I'd much rather try something different, something interesting, something wild. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. But at least I can say I tried, right? But in life, there's too many people right now who are just like, that's it. Since you're no longer 100% to this way of thinking or this line of thought or allied with these people, now you're my enemy. And now that's it. And I feel like that's what's been going on in the Kick chat this week, is that basically everyone who's there is kind of like a holdout from 8 months where I was doing stuff with the casino. And now you're like, well, we're just going to still be here, but we're not going to support. And so we're just going to sit here and try to be toxic and make drama. I don't want that. I want to try to turn you guys out of that mentality. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know, but I would like to give you guys a chance to see that if you don't live in a world filled with drama, that you can still have fun. Okay? Because I'm firmly believe that we can have fun together on streams, and it doesn't have to be drama, 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 drama. We could still learn to respect each other and like each other, even though I'm never going to be aligned with the guys from the casino. We'll still have good times together. That's why I'm still streaming on Kick. Do you understand? That's why I didn't give up and throw in the towel and turn the streams off and say, fuck you. I want to keep trying. I feel like I can get there in time if I keep plugging at it, because that's why I'm still where I am after 17 years, because I don't give up. I never fucking throw in the towel. I never give up. I keep trying hard. I keep ramming my goddamn head into the wall, but the wall moves, surprisingly enough. It may be very little parts, but it actually does move. So I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. Okay, we just got another gifted sub. Who was it from? From Money Car John. Thank you for the gifted sub there on Kick. Then we got a super chat from Sage Kage or Sage Cage 93 $2. Has Jasper pooped on the bed? No, he has not. He's never pooped on the bed. And I received a $2.25 tip from Puffy Nipples. I know you don't like Twitch. I missed the penne points. The bits are better than super chats. The penne points were fun. Admittedly, to build those up just for watching on Twitch and then be able to use them for those virtual wagers and stuff, it actually worked really well. I wonder, see, there's nothing like that with the KinoBot. I wish there was. I wish I could make KinoBot have like a penne point system. We would call it something different. Maybe the King's favor points or something. You know, we figure it out. They don't have it. I hope they will add that eventually. I am a premium subscriber to the Kickbot now. That would be pretty cool if they had that. Oh, I called it KinoBot. The Kickbot. I like Kickbot. I wish that Kickbot had a feature like that, but I don't think it does. But maybe they'll add something. I don't know. Money Card John just did a second gifted sub. Thank you. Now you are the top sub gifter. That gets us up to 74 and climbing. So we're almost halfway to our goal now. We're a buck away from halfway to the goal without even booting the game yet. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. No, penne never was my favorite kind of pasta. It never was. I would say my favorite kind of pasta may very well be rotini. I think rotini is the best. It gets a lot of sauce. It has a good flavor. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's easy to fork it. It doesn't go anywhere. I think I like rotini. That's actually my true pasta affinity is rotini pasta. Can I look at your previous message? Maybe, if I could find it. I do have to end the show at some point, folks. Here's my Hail Mary. Would I have the chance to become a mod here? Right now, Dumpy Koala, quite frankly, I don't think that I want to get any new mods anywhere. Well, at least on Kick because of what happened recently. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's already been some stirring up on Kick because of the nonsense that happened a week ago. So I'm really not looking to add any new mods right now to Kick. That's why I got the Kick bot, so that it would help with the automatic moderating and stuff like that. But maybe long-term in the future, I would look to add more Kick mods. Right now, I just don't really want to deal with it. Too much fucking drama right now. You know what I mean? What's up, Perpetual Steve? Things are going good. Thank you for asking. Manicotti is the best. I like manicotti. My mom used to make homemade manicotti when I was a kid. Oh, man, it was good. The homemade manicotti she would make it for Easter and Christmas. Oh, it was delicious. Okay. All right, guys. Let's end the show. Even though we're having a good time, we got to end the show. I got to take a break to use the bathroom, and then we got to get started with Adamfall. All right? So thank you for watching. Remember, I am not here tomorrow. All right? I wish you all a good weekend, a Friday and Saturday of peace, joy, and fun. Remember, when I come back on Sunday, we'll be recapping. Was Adamfall good? How did Smart Guys go? What else is going on in the world of gaming? It's going to be a fun return on Sunday, I'm sure. So thank you all for watching the Level 1 podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I will see you Sunday. Peace out.